What's happening, people? And once again, welcome back to youtube.com/CubCamTV for this, another edition of CUBREACTS, as we continue to explore the latest new musical flavour worldwide. We are back inside the building once again, and we are jumping on to this one. This performance happened last week. I've only just got around to watching it. We have already checked out the Thames one, but this is the Burna Boy full 2023 NBA All-Star Game halftime performance. I'm sure you've heard about this one. We won't waffle on too long. We're going to jump right into it. As always, if you are new to the channel, do make sure you're getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page. Of course, turning notifications on as well. Leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. Without further ado, we're going to jump into this one. Let's go. And I should press play.
Ladies and gentlemen, they call me Burna Boy, and I'm about to take you on a journey through Africa without even going on a plane. Introducing you to me and a couple of my people.
It's really cool, man. Proper star power, man. This is nuts. Like, I know the tune's about to kick off, but just to kind of set the scene for this as an introduction, some really, really cool, just general soundscaping, wicked loads of percussion, and that kind of introductory thing. Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Burna Boy, and I'm going to take you through a journey through Africa without getting on a plane. Really interesting stuff. Obviously, I'm pretty sure this is Burna Boy's band that's actually supporting everyone, the Outsiders, so this should be really interesting to see how he interacts with them on the live stage in this kind of setting. It's still a huge performance, but it's a much smaller one than, say, Madison Square Gardens or an O2 Arena, so this should be really cool to break down. This is one of my favourite Burna tunes, man. This was Tune of the Year for me the year it came out. Whenever I hear this one perform live, I get a flashback to, I think it was the Brits Awards, where he appears during the Stormzy performance, and he appears on the bridge, and then it cuts back to him, and he's in front of this wall, and this starts playing. It's such a cool performance. But again, it's really interesting hearing it with the live band. I think they add something different to it. They definitely add a different style of rhythm. It's not kind of like as super tight. There's a bit more looseness to it, which gives it a little bit more room. You find yourself moving in a slightly different way. His vocal sounds good so far. We know Burna's one of the best performers in the world, period. And he's really bringing this to life, man. You can hear in the crowd how he's affecting them. This is sounding good, sounding really good. It's looking good as well. I'm loving the sort of stage energy he's got. I'm loving the build of the stage as well, the kind of colour schemes. I don't know, it's just all working for me. I tell you what, from an honest perspective, there is nothing more enjoyable to a crowd than a performer enjoying themselves. This is something I find when I'm performing. This is something that I find when I'm watching people perform. If I can see that they're enjoying the performance in their way, whether it and that doesn't necessarily mean jumping around. It means that you can see that they're involved in it. It makes it just 10,000 times more appealing to watch, and it makes it more enjoyable and more memorable. So a little message from Burna there to all performers: make sure people can see that you're enjoying it, because it makes a massive difference. I cannot stress that enough. This is looking good, man. It's sounding good. Wicked kind of shortened version of Anybody to introduce us with. What a banger it is. Let's see what's next.
Everybody clap your hands like this. I dey smoke a lot. If you bounce today, that's it, they groove. And you dance, no, they look. They go, they look. I save is not. If I do 99 goody good. Don't know how to show you my love without fucking love. But I can buy you a new baby.
I think there's a really cool thing with Burna that he's kind of the fact that he's incorporating all of this live band sort of stuff into his performances more and more. The fact that he has got the vocalists being very involved. He knows the vocalists are doing what they're doing. I watched the interview with Banks and Just Vibes. I can't remember the guy's name, which is really bad for me, but he spoke. He's part of Burna's band, I think it is, or at least part of the touring band, and he spoke about how Burna is so in tune with what's going on within his musicality. He knows everything that's going on. Not for a second do I think that he was not kind of showing, like, basically in charge of how this was going to be laid out based on that information alone, man. It's really cool to see, and you can hear it in the way that he's performing. He knows what's happening, which is always exciting.
I don't want nobody to give my matter. For this life I want to be celebrated. Don't wanna waste my days. I want to spend them on the road. It's plenty of that is you.
See, this is a proper, like, crescendo of a performance, man. Like, this feels like it was the one that was supposed to come on last. I do know he came on first and then went off and then came on last again, so his performance is almost like split in two. But it's really, really kind of cool to see just how many, I don't know, stadium closing bangers you've already got from Burna Boy. Like, I think it's wicked. Obviously, he's been doing this for a very long time. I'm not saying he hasn't, but it's cool to see how many stadium closer bangers that are in that catalogue. And then he comes back out. That's cool. I don't think there's any denying that this is an all-time classic, this tune as well. Like, Ye is just... I don't even know how to describe it. It's a tune that you can play in near enough any location. You can play it in a club, you can play it at a barbecue, you can play it just when you're on the way to work, you can play it when you're on your way back to work from work, trying to energize yourself. It is just a tune that possesses energy, and when you hear Burna perform it live, it's never the same twice. I love that. I love the fact that this is a tune that just puts him in a different place every single time. I think that's a really impressive thing. So, yeah, really another one to add to this list of just non-stop bangers. We've heard Anybody, we've heard It's Plenty, now Ye. It's got to be last for the closer, hasn't it, really?
If you know this song, going to sing with me. Go!
Salt Lake City, make some noise for an incredible halftime show.
Now, before we do jump into this, I'm really interested to see how well this gets received, because all the other tunes, you can see there's been a good reaction to them, but this is one of the biggest tunes in the world right now, and has been one of the biggest tunes in the world since the day it landed last year. So it's going to be really interesting assessing how the crowd goes to this, because we know Burna's been really pushing for the American audience, and I think it's worked. I think this right here will be a really good example, a really good way of kind of assessing that. So let's see.
You go bow for the result, nothing to discuss, cause I did win by and without any doubt, on my me happy I don't, I no go feed the on my mind that's you the talk, I put my life into my job and I know I'm in trouble. She manipulate, I know holy and I know danger boss like the Baba Brayo. I need the more and shadow. I need the more and shadow.
Yeah, you can hear it. There is additional vocal in there. You can hear the crowd getting involved. Love it. That's exactly what I was waiting for, man. Really, really cool to see. Again, this is one of the biggest tunes in the world. I'm not expecting everyone to know it, but there's no denying that if you're going to a performance, like a thing, and you see Burna Boy performing, you're probably going to see this one at the top of the list of tracks to listen to. Also, it's so cool hearing just how kind of solid this sounds live. Like, obviously, they're not. I don't think they're playing the bass line live because it is so thick. It literally sounds electronic. I might be wrong. But the way it's being performed live, the like sort of live recreation with all of the impact of those drum sounds works really, really nicely. So yeah, really cool closer. Oh, nice closer. There we go. Clearly a performance people were enjoying, and that was the closer. I'm pretty sure it went from Burna into Rema into Thames back into Burna, as far as I'm aware. So a really nice kind of compilation of performances, equaling a grand total of about 19 minutes, which is mad to kind of pack three of the biggest names in the genre into. But they pulled it off. Again, really good stage presence. Love the way this one looked. I love the actual performance factor. I love the fact that he did have the outsiders performing in a really good way. Love the use of the backing vocals again. I think it's just a great look for Burna, to be honest with you, like performing at the All-Star NBA game. This is a huge event, and it does kind of say, when are we going to get to see Burna at the Super Bowl? I think it could happen in our lifetime, you know. I think it could happen within the next 5 years. If he carries on with this, like, run that he's on, I think it's genuinely very possible. But there we go. Guys, let me know your thoughts on this performance in the comment section down below, and as always, if you are new to the channel and you're enjoying what we're doing, do make sure you're getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page, of course, turning notifications on as well, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all that good stuff. We shall see you all next time. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and peace.
Sounding so good right now, but they're sounding a bright and town.
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel right now, CUBREACTS TV. Stay locked.